You are going to be submitting artwork to the Adopt a Highway art contest. The objective is to increase environmental awareness among children, educate the public about the harmful effects of litter, and encourage behaviors that promote a clean environment. The theme this year is For a Litter-Free Kentucky, so you want to have those words somewhere in your artwork. The awards. In each age group, first place will receive an $100 gift card, second and third place will receive a $50 gift card, and first through third place recipients for all age divisions will have their original artwork returned to them. Winning pieces will be featured in the Adopt a Highway calendar, and prints will be displayed at the KYTC Conference Center in Frankfort. Here are the age divisions: ages 5 through 8, ages 9 through 11, ages 12 through 14, ages 15 through 18. Students that are 9 to 11 years old need to make sure that in their theme they are using Adopt a Highway and/or Litter-Free Kentucky and include images of roads or highways. Artistic ability. It needs to show creative subject matter, so your idea, that matches the theme, which is Litter-Free Kentucky. Elements of design or subject matter need to be proportional to the paper, so make sure that we are filling the entire space, not drawing way too small, or making certain things be a larger scale than they should be. There also needs to be a clear level of skill shown, so you want to make all of your lines straight, your words should be legible, all of the colors need to be filled in completely so that there aren't any white spaces. There can be no spelling or grammatical errors in the artwork either. The artwork needs to educate the viewer about the harms of littering and the importance of a litter-free environment. 12 to 14-year-old division. The theme needs to be an original interpretation, meaning that you're not going to be recycling things you've already found online while doing your research. You need to come up with an idea that is original, your own. And it must include images of roads or highways. You can still include Adopt a Highway and/or Litter-Free Kentucky in your design. Artistic ability shows creative subject matter, again, so your idea that matches that theme. This is the same that was shown in that last one. The elements of design or subject matter need to be proportional to the paper, there is a clear level of skill, and no spelling or grammatical errors. It also needs to educate the viewer about the harms of littering and the importance of a litter-free environment. So everything is the same except for up here for the theme. You do not technically have to include those words. However, many winners from the previous years, when it wasn't required and they did use them, still did win. So that might be something that helps you even though it is not a requirement. And then it's the same for the 15 to 18-year-old division as well. You do not have to include those words, however, it can help you become a winner. All of the artistic ability section is the same, as well as the outreach other than. It must challenge the viewer to change their perception about littering. So if you are in this 15 to 18-year-old division, if you're an older 8th grader, then keep in mind that you also need to think about how you are going to challenge the viewer to change their perception about littering. Contest rules. The format. The piece should be done on paper or canvas no larger than 11.75 inches by 16.5 inches. It cannot be matted, framed, or outlined with a border, so it's just going to be the regular sheet of paper. Any of the following media are permitted: crayon, pastel, marker, colored pencil, watercolor, acrylic, oil, tempera, ink, and graphite. Charcoal or other non-permanent media are not permitted, and the reason for that is it rubs off a bit, so it's just harder for them to get it in the mail and make sure that it's going to stay clean and look nice when they present it. No computer-generated artwork is allowed, so they cannot accept any digital artwork for this. Artist. All fields of the entry form must be completed for the entry to be considered. Children of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet employees are not eligible. Consent. Entries that do not receive awards will not be returned. We know that going in, so we know that they are not going to send our artwork back to us. We must take really good photographs of it before we send it off because of that. Personal information including students' names, schools, counties of residence, and age divisions may be displayed by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet in publications and/or promotions. So when they are announcing winners, they will be including this information. If you are not okay with that, then we can just grade the artwork and not send it off. This is the entry form. So all of this information has to be filled out in order for yours to be considered. If you did not include a phone number, street address, or any of this information, then they will not consider you for the prize. So it's really important that all of this is filled out. I can sign right here where it says signature of parent, guardian, teacher. Last year's winners, and the theme was Keep Kentucky Beautiful. Starting with the minis, we're looking at the ones created by kids that were 5 to 8 years old. Notice they included Adopt a Highway and Keeping Kentucky Beautiful in their artwork. All of their sections are really nicely colored in without any white spaces, and they really filled up the space, and it's realistic how it's spaced out. They don't have really giant trees. They don't have a car that's not proportional to the rest of it, so it is really important that you're drawing things the right size. Over here we have one that is again nicely colored in. They have the state of Kentucky, they have Adopt a Highway on it, Keep Kentucky Beautiful. This one also has all of those words on it. Some of these are a little difficult to read because they are smaller. However, this was the 3rd place winner. Now we're moving into the 9 to 11-year-olds. This was the 1st place winner last year. You can tell that this student came up with their own idea. This isn't something they found on Google and tried to do on their own. It is very creative and it's very original. All of their words are very easy to read, and it does have Keep Kentucky Beautiful on it. They did not include Adopt a Highway, but they didn't have to for this age level. Here is the winner for 2nd place. They did include Keep Kentucky Beautiful, everything is to scale, and again, they really tried their best to color in all of those sections nicely. Here is the 3rd place winner from the 9 to 11 age category. They did include Adopt a Highway and Keeping Kentucky Beautiful. Everything is spelled correctly, and their design was unique. This is the category most of you would be in, which is the 12 to 14 age category. This was our 1st place winner last year, and notice they did include Adopt a Highway and Keeping Kentucky Beautiful. So while it is not required at this age level to include those, it might help you win. 12 to 14 age division, 2nd place. So this was a very original design idea. It says stop littering on one side with a tree that looks sad. There's a lot of litter by the side of the road. On this side, everything is really healthy and the tree looks happy. It says Adopt a Highway. Thank you, Keeping Kentucky Beautiful. This is the 3rd place winner. So on the sides, they have trash bags, and a very clean Kentucky landscape is in the center of the artwork. All 3 of these are very nicely colored in without white spaces. They're to scale, and they keep the message as the most important part of the artwork. This was the 1st place winner for the 15 to 18 age division. We might have a couple of 15-year-olds, so I wanted to include some examples from this one as well. They have the words Adopt a Highway and Keep Kentucky Beautiful very clearly put on the road right there. You can see that their idea was extremely original, unique, creative. All of it is very nicely colored in. You can tell that they even went in and added a lot of nice shading to their design. This was the 2nd place winner. So you can see this orb that has a lot of beautiful, healthy environmental things going on, whereas in the background you can see all of this litter, the oil, and there's this character that's lifting it up, and it says, Adopt a Highway, make it yours. So it puts that kind of challenge on the viewer to do something to improve the environment, to change their mind about how they see this issue. The way that they layered colors really works well in their design. They had a lot of small details that really helped make theirs look extraordinary. And notice, again, there are no blank white spots in here. They colored it in really nicely. This was the 3rd place winner. It says, it's the litter, not the pop, that's the problem. It's telling the viewer that the problem is when they are littering, so it's encouraging them to stop doing that. They had a really interesting way of layering these trees and adding patterns to them. They have some pop art elements involved, and it's very nicely colored in as well. Canvas. You will submit an image of your finished artwork in Canvas. The artwork that does not win 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place will not be returned. So it is important that you take a high quality photograph of it now so that we can include it in that virtual art show and so that you have some type of documentation of it. Remember to meet the criteria for your age division and create a project that is creative, neat, and complete.